So funny, there's a video by a guy, I think his name is Rabbi Tovia, and he says Jesus is nowhere in the Hebrew Bible, and Christians, basically, it's a merciless religion. Christians have no mercy when it comes to Christianity, and there's no examples of that at all in the Hebrew Bible, in the Old Testament. And I'm just going to share the opposite of that. This is the King James Bible, and I'm just going to go to Jeremiah. It's pretty much the same thing as what you would read in the Hebrew Bible, except it's in English. But if you go to Jeremiah 5 verses, and I'm not a rabbi, but just check this out here. For the house of Israel and the house of Judah, so they're split in half, 10 tribes to Israel, 2 tribes to Judah, plus the Levites. For the house of Israel and the house of Judah have dealt very treacherously against me, saith the Lord. They have belied the Lord and said, It is not he, neither shall evil come upon us, neither shall we see sword or famine. And this is Jeremiah talking about basically the mindset of where Israel and Judah were. They're just basically like, they're not repentant. So if you go down here, verse, where are we at, 19, like as ye have forsaken me, and served strange gods in your land, so shall ye serve strangers in a land that is not yours. A lot of people forget that because Judah turned away from God, they got captured, they got taken away to Babylon. The tribes of Israel got taken away to Assyria. So it was because of rebellion. They didn't want to turn around. You just go all through Jeremiah. It's just covered. Neither say they in their heart, Let us now fear the Lord our God, that giveth grain, both the former and the latter in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. It didn't even dawn on them that maybe they should do that. Instead, their prophets were prophesying falsely, and their priests bare rule by their means, whatever they wanted to do. And my people love to have it so. And what will ye do in the end thereof? So this, like they had prophets sent to them, warning them, To whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They don't have any delight in reading God's word. So instead, like look at this here. Thus saith the Lord, Stand ye in the way and see, ask for the old paths, where there is a good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, We will not walk therein. So this is why Jesus came to restore Israel to their rightful place in the world. They're supposed to be teaching us this stuff. All 12 tribes of Israel, not just Judah, not just Judaism, which was invented later. There's so many rules and there's like 613 rules and regulations. You have to move close to a synagogue, all this kind of stuff. They put all these extra burdens on people. So Jesus had to come to restore not only the lost tribes of Israel, but the whole world can now come to him. So let's just go over to Hebrews. I know I'm preaching here a little bit, but let's just go. It's just, sometimes some of these guys just get away by just slamming Christianity and say, oh, there's no mercy, no mercy. Well, let's go to Hebrews, 5. Let's see. Today, if you hear his voice, harden not your hearts, because there remaineth a rest for the people of God. So let's go, let's find something here. Let's go here. So also Christ glorified not himself to be made an high priest, but that it saith unto him, Thou art my son, today I have begotten thee. It saith on another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek, and I think this is in Psalms, who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, was heard in that he feared, though he were a son, yet he learned obedience. This is Jesus Christ being obedient to the cross unto death. By the things which he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all that obey him. So it's just kind of interesting. Very interesting. So let's just go, where's another one here? The Lord will swear, thou art a priest forever in order of Melchizedek. Where's the one that I'm trying to see here? Let's see here. Let's see. All right here. But Christ being come unto the high priest of good things to come by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood, he entered once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us. For if the bulls and of goats and the ashes of an heifer, sprinkling the unclean, sanctified to the purifying of the flesh, how much more shall the blood of Christ, through the eternal Spirit? If you don't believe in Jesus Christ, this won't make sense to you. But he offered himself, Jesus Christ offered himself without spot to God. And basically God said, I will accept that. I will accept your sacrifice and I will forgive their sins. So I can go on and on and on, especially all through the New Testament. Look at right here. This is Jesus volunteering. Then said I, lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me, to do thy will. And above when he said, sacrifice and offering and burnt offerings and offering for sin thou wouldest not, neither has pleasure in them. What was happening back then was Israel was offering in blemishes, like sacrifices that were blemished. These animals were not perfect, and they would keep the good sacrifices for themselves, or they just wouldn't do anything. They would go and worship other gods, and because God is a jealous God by nature, that was one of the deals Israel had, was don't worship any other god. If you want to live in the promised land, you have to agree not to worship any other god. I think that was pretty straightforward. But Israel fell away, did their own thing with King Jeroboam, the first king of Israel, talking about the 10 tribes of Israel after the split, after King Solomon. And then you had Solomon's son Rehoboam, who shortly thereafter, they fell away as well. After Solomon built this nice temple, Jeroboam, from the 10 tribes of the north, built an altar made out of a calf in Bethel, and then also in Dan, north of Israel, and said, you guys don't have to go to Jerusalem anymore to worship. Instead, go here. Here's your God that rescued you out of Egypt. And God was like, don't like that at all. You guys are not to go back to Egypt. You're not to give Egypt credit. I brought you out. This is why Israel got into huge trouble. So then Jesus up in heaven said, the only Son of God said, I will come down. I will give my life to restore Israel to its proper place in the world. They are to be a light in the nation. He said, then said he, lo, I come to do thy will, O God. Taketh away the first, that he may establish the second, the new covenant. And then I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds I will write on them, and their sins and iniquities I will remember no more. Isn't that amazing? Anyways, I'll stop preaching. But yeah, I get tired sometimes of these people saying that there is no mercy in Christianity. It is chock full of mercy. We are living in a day of mercy right now. We have a choice to worship God today, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe if you've watched this video so far, and feel free to comment. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate your time, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.